Good evening, everyone. I thought tonight I'd show you a couple of ideas on practicing the Chopin Fantasie-Impromptu Op. 66. It's an extremely difficult piece because it's got this polyrhythm going on all the time. 4 times in every bar, there's at the beginning and at the end of the piece, there's 4 against 3. So where the left hand is triplets, the right hand has got 4/16. And you can work it slowly and say, "Come, Tommy, jump to me," and put it in that way. Or you can do it another way. You can practice it for the pulse. When you can feel the 4 pulses in a bar and leave out the second and third notes of the triplet in the left hand, you'll find that there's no problem at all because you've removed the problem of 4 against 3 and it's just straight dead together. So it'd be dead together right on the beat. And the best way to practice that is to use the metronome because you've got to feel the pulse. See, when you can hear that pulse, it's going to be like this. Getting a little fast there. So it needs a lot of metronome practice like that. But if you can do that, and then if you can do uneven practice as well, that'll make a huge difference. It's this piece that has this middle section. So if you can think of the finger as a heavy weight that's going to, like a heavy, think of a submarine or something that's huge and heavy, but it's going to drop, and it's going to drop, because it's heavy, it's going to drop right down through. And the finger's firm because this closes, this opens, and that makes it work against each other's antagonistic pair. And the finger's firm, and it's playing down from the arch, or it's brushing the key like this from the arch, plucking, or whatever you want to think of. It's got that action to it. The elbow is relaxed and it's at your side. It's not held out at all and it's not stiff at all. But just get that drop of that weight. So, or in this. Each one, an individual quick sharp finger, because you want to do it slow, heavy, high lift a lot to get this piece in your hands. But do it for the pulse. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you understand that, yes, this foot goes down and then this foot goes this way, and you've got a bicycle seat that you've got to sit on, and all of a sudden somebody shoves you on the seat and sends you. When you do this together with keeping the balance, all of a sudden you can ride the bike and you never forget how. But you're not thinking about breaking it down into, oh, I did this and I did that, or you'll fall. You've got to get the momentum going. And that's that pulse, if you use the metronome. So just to try and practice it with the metronome. Excuse me, and then do uneven practice. So in the right hand, you can put a note for the rest and make it like this. But quick high fingers, quick lift, but release on the way up. And for each one, just have that feeling of dropping right through and heavy. That is, the finger's heavy and it's going a heavy weight that's going deep, and the finger's strong on the bottom of the keys. So it'll sound awfully intense, but that's how you get it in your hands. And then the second way. triplets. And the second way. But each note, try to feel that it's a weight that's dropping, a heavy weight that's dropping. And then the third way. And then too long, too short. Then too short, too long. But it's to think that every note is a drop of a heavy weight. Then you'll get the clean fingers, you'll get the strong finger pressing tight, tight down with the limpid wrist from the knuckle without pulling up in the wrist. And you'll build the strength so that you can go fast and light later on, just doing this, like saying bye-bye or plucking the keys. You can get it, and the elbow can be just hanging at your side so loose, it's not held out at all. Just a loose, relaxed arm. So do the triplets, then do too long, too short, then do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and that's easy because they're written as groups of 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 over to the first note of each group of 4. So I'll do that again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then straight to the last note of the group of 4. Yeah, that was bad. And so on. That's the way to practice it. You'll get it in your hands, and my hand feels tingling already just because of such a hard workout. But the left hand, you can do all the different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you start with duple, first is long, then you still duple, second note is the long. And then it's triplets, 1, 2, then to the second note of the triplet, then to the third. Try to feel a pulse when you're doing that, and then too long, too short. And you can feel a pulse in that. And then you can go too short, too long. And then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1s. And then you go straight to the fourth note. And so on. That's the way to practice the piece. Heavy practice, each finger dropping as a heavy weight right deep into the key and strong on the bottom with a limpid wrist, and no harsh tone, but heavy and high lift, because it's got to go lightly later on. And 2 beats per bar, 1, 2. That's how you practice it. And the rate, you can either repeat the note where there's a rest, or just leave it as 1, 2, and you can put that as an and, 1 and 2, but you still want to feel those 4 pulses. So that when you can put it together, you'll use the metronome and you'll hear the pulse dead together, and it's a fun way to, especially practicing it, leaving out those 2 notes. So. It's a fun thing to practice, keep you going for a long time. Anyway, eventually it'll grow into your muscles, and it'll just happen that you just roll it off like riding a bicycle. So I hope that gives you a few ideas on the piece. Have a good night. Bye-bye.